Tamara Bennett from Adoornments Decor. I am going to be painting a schoolhouse door hanger with you guys tonight. Look how cute this is. Is that not the cutest little etched blank door hanger you've ever seen? So cute. It's got a little apple up here and little windows and the door, trees and bushes. It's going to be so fun. So I wanted to tell you guys about a giveaway we're doing. Do you remember the truck, this little cute truck? I don't know why I said do you remember, because it's just sitting right here. I can show you. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this was a new design that we released week before last, I think. It's a cute little truck with different attachments that go in the back. These are removable, and you can do like sunflowers or a Christmas tree, all different kinds of things. There's 5 different attachments that go with the little truck. We're giving away one of these blank trucks with 5 attachments. And so if you want to go sign up for that, I've got the link for you at the top of my page in the pinned post. How does the railing look on the back of the truck, or how does it hook? It is wood glued to the top of the bed. So the bed lines up with this part of the railing, and you put wood glue right across here and wood glue it down. I don't know if y'all can see that, but hopefully that helps. So this is what we're painting, a little schoolhouse, and it's got a Christmas tree. It's got a schoolyard tree and everything connected with it, so it's gonna be so fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with maybe red. We'll just paint the main part of the school first, and then just go from there. Y'all feel free to, ask questions and stuff like that, and I will be happy to try my best to answer and paint at the same time. It's just sometimes I get distracted looking down at what I'm painting, and I forget to look up and check for questions. So if I missed your question, feel free to just repeat it, and I will try my best to catch it. And if I miss it while I'm live, I always go back afterwards and read all of the comments and respond to any questions that I might have missed. So y'all feel free to ask them anyways. I can't seem to talk tonight. The cool thing about this, the etched door hangers that have the design etched in them, you can paint right over the top of those etched lines, and it's not going to matter, because you won't be able, you'll be able to see the etched lines underneath your paint. That way, if you want to paint you could paint the whole thing. You could primer this whole thing white if you wanted to, and then you could still see the lines, and you could go back and paint them a different color. So I'm not being very careful right now. I'm just kind of laying the paint down on here, and then I'm going to go back and cover up some of my mistakes in a bit when I use another color. I don't know what was going on. I just turned it off, so I'm just going to look up from time to time to see your comments. That way I don't miss anything. This was one of the new template designs that we released this past Friday. We had 5 different back-to-school designs. There was a school bus, an apple with like a cute little banner going across it. There was this schoolhouse, a pencil, and what else? Something else, I can't remember. Do you primer all of your MDF boards? No, ma'am, I don't. I only, I must have missed a question, so sorry. I only primer them if I'm painting yellow, because yellow or orange, because yellow and orange, I like for those colors to come out really bright, and they don't come out very bright unless you paint white underneath them, so that's usually the only time. I think we're going to make that apple green since our school is red. There we go. Oh, goodness. Okay. Is that all of the red? I think that is. Let me go ahead and touch up a couple spots that look a little thin while we got the paint on, the red paint on the brush. I'm going to show you guys up close here in a minute how messy this is, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm trying really hard to stay in the lines. Look at the mess. See, it's all over the place, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to cover it up with other colors. September 24th is when my Painters Clubhouse membership opens back up. Everybody's been asking when it's opening again, so September 24th is the next date, and I've got my countdown calendar going, 77 days until then. So if you have been dying to learn how to paint door hangers and you want to join us, I would love to have you do that. So write on your calendar, tell Siri to remind you, or type in the word link, and you can go to paintersclubhouse.com and get on the wait list, and we will send you updates and reminders closer to time so that you don't forget. If you don't know what Painters Clubhouse is, that is my membership where every month you learn to paint new door hangers, and you're a part of a really sweet and awesome tribe of women who are so uplifting, and they always encourage one another. We have monthly Zoom calls where we paint together and share tips and tricks and ideas. We have at least one technique video every month where you learn like a new technique to kind of continue to learn and grow and build on your skills. For example, yesterday we had one of our members teach us how to do the crackle technique. So that is a really old school technique that we're going to bring back. How many of you guys ever tried crackle painting? So she taught Tara Ellis. She's a member of our Painters Clubhouse. She may be on here. If you are, Tara, say hello. She taught us how to paint with crackle paint. And she did it on a pumpkin, and I posted a picture of it on Instagram. If you guys haven't seen it on my Instagram stories, it was so cute and turned out really, really cute. Crackle's just really neat. It kind of gives you like that distressed look, or maybe like a primitive kind of look. It's a lot of fun. So Stephanie told me that the Clubhouse, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Stephanie, but Stephanie told me that she feels like the Clubhouse is like a really cool like group of friends. You know, I think she's a nurse, and so you work lots of hours and you're gone a lot from home a lot, and you just don't have time to make very many friends outside the home. And the Painters Clubhouse, she said, has become like a little group of friends that she can kind of like hang out with and rely on. And so she has become such a wonderful addition to our Painters Clubhouse. And it's been really fun to get to know her and so many others on these Zoom calls that we do once or twice a month where we paint together and we can all see each other on video. It's so fun. You've been waiting to see this one painted. Well, Erica, I've been dying to paint it. I did it on my iPad kind of to like a mock-up, and then I'm like, oh, I really need to just paint this one. It's going to be so stinking cute. This color I'm using now is an Apple Barrel oldie but a goodie, Key West. I thought it would look really good with the red paint, so that's why I chose it to do these cute little details with. So we've got like the awning on the windows and the doors, and this cute little scallop pattern on the roof. Turquoise and red just go together like peanut butter and jelly. Hi, Teresa from Alabama. You were just telling your husband, Erica says, that you can't wait for next year's Southern Adoornments live show. Yes, that's going to be probably in March of 2020. I had told my Painters Clubhouse gals a date, and now I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay with that date, because apparently there's this little thing in March called March Madness. And there's lots of college basketball games going on in the beginning of March, and so I don't know we're gonna get to do it on the dates that I wanted to do it. Oh man, y'all, I just got paint on my shirt. Tried so hard to keep this one. No paint on this one. It's alright, it's still wet. We got it out. No big deal. I sell this shirt in my shop, by the way, if y'all need a getting jiggy with it shirt, if you like to jigsaw. You love turquoise and red together. Me too. I can't read that comment about epilepsy and lots of hospital stays. I need to be able to pull it down and read it. Kenya says, I like to get in the group to see what everyone is dealing with, daily child with epilepsy and lots of hospital stay. When I get a chance, I'm learning to paint the door hanger. That is a great way to do it, Kenya, to just kind of enjoy the community on the days that you can't paint, and then when you do get a rainy day, to sit down and paint. And then you can just like pick whichever was your favorite project lately and hop right into it, because all the supplies and everything are listed there right inside the clubhouse. I think it kind of just takes the guesswork out of figuring out like what you should paint next, or what's going to be popular, or worrying that, you know, somebody might get upset because you might have copied their design. You know, inside the clubhouse, we totally encourage you to recreate what it is we are teaching, and we encourage you to try to sell it, host a paint party with it, whatever you need to do to be able to make a little extra money. So, I know somebody said a minute ago that I make this look so easy, but you guys don't see how messy this is. Like, I'm not trying real hard to make it perfect at all. Kind of a mess, but I don't really care, because I know once I get like all the background colors done and get all of this on here, we'll be able to like cutesy it up so much more with all the other accents. Or what colors to use. Exactly, Tabitha, you don't have to try to guess what what colors. Stephanie said it's gonna be called Painter's Madness is better than March Madness. I agree. Who cares about basketball? We need to paint. I don't think it's necessarily that we can't get the hotel for the dates that I wanted. It's more that the hotel knows that everybody is going to want to be in Nashville that week, and so they're raising the cost, the nightly cost. And so, I don't know. We're going to have to try to figure it out if we want to still do it during that week, or if we want to try to move it to a date when the hotels are a little cheaper. We'll see. When we figure out the dates and get everything nailed down, we will announce it and you guys can buy tickets. But it'll be next year, probably in March. I'm trying to remember what color I painted the door on this one. I think it's yellow. Okay, so this is what we got so far. See how messy it is? I don't want you guys thinking that it looks perfect because you're looking at it from here. You got to look at it up close. Hey Tracy, you're late to the party. That's totally okay. Tana says, have you heard about using the press and seal on your shirts to keep them clean? A person at daycare told me about it. You know what? I feel like somebody told me that one time at a paint party, and I forgot about that tip, but that is so smart. My problem is I like to just jump right into painting, and I don't take any precautions of protecting my shirt before I jump on here. So, you know. I just had a thought. How about we give away one of these schoolhouse blanks? Would y'all like that? If you want to win one, hit the SHARE button down at the bottom and comment that that's what you've done. That way I know who has and who hasn't, because sometimes it doesn't show me that you've shared unless you comment about it because of privacy settings and whatnot. So if you want to be entered to win a blank one of these, just hit the button and then comment below that that's what you've done, and I will pick somebody tomorrow night. Also though, don't forget to go and be entered for our drawing for one of the truck blanks, because with the truck blank we are giving away brushes and paints and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And so you're going to want to be entered for that. We're going to draw the winner for that next week on Tuesday night at midnight. So you've got plenty of time to get entered for that. And the link for that, like I said, if you comment the word link, it will send it to your Facebook Messenger. Or you can just scroll up to the pinned post at the top of my Facebook page and access it from there. I'm just painting my windows gray for now. I think I'm going to paint my door white and then yellow. That way it pops really well. This MDF is a little bit different than the usual MDF that I use. The guy who does my laser cutting wasn't able to get the same old MDF he always uses this last time. And so it's a little darker. It's painting just fine though. but the color of it's just a little darker. Thank you, Jackie and Billy and Cheryl, I think I said your name right. You sprinkled the love. Thank you, Marianne and Kenya and Carlene. Dress like a hobo when I paint. I'm so messy. Yep. I used to dress like a hobo, and now I'm like, oh, but all the people on Facebook Live are going to see me dress like a hobo, so I can't do that no more. Thank you, Becky and Stephanie. Oops, I forgot to paint the inside of my little window on my door. There we go. Okay, we're gonna paint our door yellow, but we gotta paint it white first. Thank you, Joyce and Alicia and Evelyn. You guys are awesome. And Misty and Beverly. What are y'all doing this Tuesday night? Have y'all had a good day today? I went shopping with 3 kids today, so I'm a little wore out. You're cooking. What are you making, Erica? Renee says, I always want to go live when I get home from work, but comfy clothes and no bra with every time. Oh, you're funny. I feel you, though. Totally. Got me some new earrings today. Look how fun these are. They have little tassels. Little colorful tassels hanging in the middle of like a little gold hoop. I got them at the Dirt Road Boutique in Paducah, Kentucky. And I love them. I'm a sucker for good earrings. You're in training at work, so you're not learning much. You're learning about painting. You're kind of jealous that I'm painting. Oh, Taco Tuesday. Good idea. Good idea for teacher gifts. You're right about that. Oh, fajita chicken tacos. Just bring me some, Erica. You're remaking your logo. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Dina says, make or order a Southern. I do have a Southern Adoornments decor apron. It's hanging up right over there. I just didn't put it on. A lot of good it's doing me over there. Maybe I should go get it and put it on, you think? Then I'd have to actually get up. I'm a little bit lazy. I don't want to get up and walk over there and grab it. I'd rather deal with getting paint out of my shirt, I guess. Got a little too much paint on my brush, so dab it off a little bit there. I feel like I got something in my eye. You're supposed to be off for summer, so you hated having to go into work today. Oh, I bet that did feel like punishment. Beverly, do you work at a school? That sounds like a school kind of thing. Like, what do you call that? Summer teacher work days or professional development. I used to have to do all that. I used to be an elementary school teacher for a short time, and then I was a sub for a while, and now I teach you guys how to paint instead of teaching kids about stuff. This is much more relaxing than teaching second graders, for sure. Can I hold it up? Absolutely. Let me see if I'm done with the white first, and then I'll rinse my brush. Okay, that should be good. All right, there's what we've gotten done so far. Got our little windows. Our door is white, but it's going to be yellow.
Mama,
here comes Charlie.
can I take my shirt off?
Changing software again.
Mom,
Oh boy.
can I take my shoes off?
No, I can't take your shirt off on Facebook Live. Go have your daddy do it.
No! You said get out.
We'll say hi.
No.
All right, step over here so everybody doesn't see your nakedness. All right, take it to your room. You can't be in here naked on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Lajana says, when I do my lives, I can't get my camera to flip so you can read my writing. Okay, we're having issues with that. Facebook is supposed to have a little button there at the bottom of your screen. It looks like a magic wand with a little star on the end. Hey, Charlie, come shut my door, please. And when you tap on that, then you go over and click on the button that has the little wrench and screwdriver, I think. And you click on that, and then it will have these little options where you can like flip your camera this way or whatever. they're not working right now. I don't know what's going on, but Facebook is not like when you click on the button, nothing happens. So I can't flip my camera right now so y'all can read the words on my shirt or the sign or whatever. So it's kind of annoying. But you know, I'm hoping Facebook will like do an update soon and fix that little glitch. Erica says she has spidey sense. You are so right about that. Or if you've seen the new Spider-Man movie, instead of Spidey sense, they call it the Peter Tingle because his name is Peter Parker. So his Aunt May is like, what's it called, your Peter Tingle? And he's like, Aunt May, don't say that. It's so funny. Do you have a kit for this one? I have a blank. I don't have a kit, but we have a blank, and you can get the etched blank. Just comment the word link, and it will send the link to your, whatever you call it, Facebook Messenger, so that you can go and either purchase the blank or the template, or you can even buy one of these painted. So all the links you need will be in the link. Just type in the word link and it will send it all to your Facebook Messenger. Okay. So we've got a little teal step here, and then below the step is just going to be red, I think. I think that was how I did it. Yes, it is Facebook. It's not something on your phone. It's like a setting in Facebook that's currently not working. Tara says, I've learned to read backwards. Me too. Oh, I'm not in Indiana. I'm in Kentucky. All right, we are going to paint the little, what am I doing? I was going to paint the door. I can't think of words. The door yellow. Yes, Tara is talented. How many years have you been painting for, Tara? It's a long time. She told me the other day. I was like, wow. It's a lot longer than me. Look how bright that yellow is now that we've painted white underneath. This is a Deco Art primary yellow, and it paints so lovely. I love how bright yellow it is. Deco Art paints are the best. This coming Saturday, I'm going to be teaching at a paint party class in Nashville with Brooke Riley. She's got an event called, it's like a Christmas in July, refabbed Christmas in July event for 75 women, and I get to go teach them how to paint a snowman door hanger. It's going to be so fun. I'm excited about it. Plus, I love hanging out with Brooke. She's a lot of fun. All right, there's our door. Let me show you just in case you think this is perfect. Look at all the mess, like all the little wonky lines and things that aren't perfect. It is not perfect by far. So even see up here, it's kind of rough looking. But once we get like all of our little black accents and all of that stuff on here, you won't notice all of that. All right, let's paint the green on our tree and our apple. I may mix two different greens together to kind of get a little bit of a variation. Listen to me sounding fancy in the green. That's what I use, Tracy. I love Deco Art Americana paints, and I always buy the matte paint. I don't like glossy paints. Kristen, are you talking about the is my door hanger 3D? No, it is not. It may look 3D, but it's definitely 2D. These blank cutouts, the etched ones, which is what this is $22, I think, if they're etched. These greens are so pretty. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Look how that blended together so nicely. This is the Hauser medium green and Hauser light green. And I'm just kind of dipping my brush in both and just swiping them on. I like this big flat tip brush for large areas like this. What color of paint for the windows? The one that I used, because I don't have a light gray in Deco Art right now, so I used Apple Barrel Granite Gray. Apple Barrel is a paint color that you can get at like Walmart. I think you can also buy it at like craft stores, but Walmart's the main place that's easy to find it. It's a cheaper paint, but it works just fine. I used it for years. If you click the share button and tell your friends about this video, we are giving away one of these little schoolhouse cutouts to somebody who shares the video. Just a heads up, in case y'all would like to paint one yourself. How many of you cut your own blanks with a jigsaw? I'm curious, out of those of y'all watching right now. Hi Teresa, how are you? All right, I'm just gonna kind of messily like mix some of this light and dark green together just to kind of make it fun. I like that. See how splotchy it is? Look how pretty those two colors are together. It's Hauser medium green and light green. They're so pretty. Hi Joanne from Arizona. How hot is it in Arizona? Because good grief, it's hot in Kentucky this right now. And so humid. I know y'all don't have the humidity out there, but goodness. I think today it was in the 90s and the heat index was in the hundreds. I'm trying not to complain because I was so glad when summer finally arrived, or spring. I was tired of winter. I can handle the hot a lot better than I can the cold. Your husband cuts them out with a scroll saw. He doesn't trust me with saws. That's so funny. Very hot, no humidity. Gonna be 113 on Saturday. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna complain about my 90s then. Whew. I think I read one time that like in Arizona, like Phoenix, Arizona, if it wasn't for all of the blacktop, like the roads and things, the temperature would be like 10 degrees cooler in a lot of places, but because of all the blacktop, it raises the temperature. I don't know if that's true or not. Can't believe everything you read, but I thought that was interesting. I think I just got green paint in my hair. Maybe, I don't know. I went to scratch my nose and I think my paintbrush touched my hair. Okay. Let me get a smaller brush and we'll paint the little apple. So here's what we got so far. How cute is that? Thank you, Wendy and Dawn. I've just gotten into painting door hangers. So much fun. I use a scroll saw. Do you paint the edges? Okay, so since this is a laser cut design, see how it's laser cut? The edges are a really nice burned edge. They're kind of like a black edge, and I really like the clean look of that. And I've just decided that I don't paint the edges when it's a laser cut design. But when I was using a jigsaw to cut, I always painted the edges because it was like a light wood color and I liked the painted edge much better. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. I don't try to make it look easy. I try to, well, actually, yes. I try to make it look easy enough that you feel like you can do it. So I hope I'm accomplishing that goal. Do you guys feel like, oh, she makes it look easy enough that I could do that? Because you can. Like, this is definitely one of those skills that anyone can learn to do if you have a desire for it. If you want to, you can. I truly believe that. I need a little brush and I need some brown. Cut and Shoot Texas. What a fun name. Hi, Janelle. You like painting the edges black and the backs also. A lot of people paint the backs. I never have. I don't know why. I just never have. Where did I? I was dipping my brush in one of my little slots on my egg carton here, and it was one that didn't even have any wet paint in it. I'm painting the little stem of my apple. And then we're gonna paint the tree trunk. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, I am painting all of the background colors first before I do anything else. Does the paint dry fast? Yes, I believe so. It depends on what kind of paint you're using and what kind of wood you're using. This is MDF and it soaks up the paint pretty quickly. So I really like how fast it dries. If you don't like how fast it dries, if you plan to do a lot of like shading work and need your paint to stay wet, you could always mix it with a little bit of medium, like a painting medium that would keep it wet longer. But I like how fast it dries. I almost never have to get out my hair dryer and dry things. And the matte paints I feel like dry a little faster than some of the others. Someone told me the other day that they were, or maybe it was today, that they were using multi-surface paint, and the multi-surface was taking a long time to dry. Like it was thicker, and so I don't like thick paint unless, you know, certain jobs call for thicker paint, but for the most part, I don't like really thick paint. All right, we've got all the background colors painted. Dun, dun, dun. Now we get to do the fun part, which is adding all the details. You use a heat gun to make yours dry fast. That's a good point. I always use a hairdryer. Christine says, I've been watching you. I want to try my hand at painting door hangers, but I haven't tried it yet. Christine, don't be scared. It's just paint. You can always paint over it. If you don't like it, you can always, you know, just paint the whole thing white and start all over again, or sand it down and start all over again. I'm going to put a second coat of yellow on this. It just needs it in places. But don't be afraid. Like, start with something simple. You don't have to start with something too complex. Like, even this schoolhouse door hanger might be a little bit more than you want to bite off on your first door hanger. Like, you might want to start with something much simpler, like a pumpkin or a mason jar. But don't, like, overdo it. Don't try to pick something really hard. I always use Decor Americana paints, unless I don't have a color, and then sometimes I will use Apple Barrel from Walmart. Just depends. Okay. I'm looking over it to see if I need a second coat on anything else. I think I do need a quick little second coat on some of my Key West colors, or my Key West color down here. It's like a little thin in places, so I'm just spot touching where it's a little thin, or where there was a couple places where like the red paint bled through or it's mixed with the Key West. So I'm fixing those. Other than that, it looks good. Okay. All right, so let's start by putting like some little apples in our tree. How about that? How much was the truck you showed on a previous live? Are you talking about the blank? The blank is $40 and the painted version is $75. You love the bright yellow door. Me too. First time on my page. Well, welcome here, Donna. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Erica says, I'm loving that shading on the trees. It was real easy, Erica. All I did was dip in 2 different colors of green and just kept swirling it around. Wasn't hard. All right, I've got to focus. All right, I'm getting a real small little brush, and I'm just going to do some little apples. Trees got to have apples. They kind of look like upside down hearts. I'm not very good at drawing apples. I love how bright this red is, though. So pretty. Okay, I think that's good for now. You're not ready for back to school time. Well, I am and I'm not. I am enjoying my kids at home, but It is so hard to get work done. Like, the struggle is so real. It is very hard to get work done with the kids home. So a small part of me is like ready for school to start back. But I know as soon as school starts to go back, I'm going to be like, oh, I miss them. They're not here with me all the time. All right, I'm getting a round tip brush, and I'm going to do some like black outlines and accents and things like that. So let's just start at the top so I don't get my boobs in any wet paint here. So this is where the etching also comes handy, because you can kind of follow the etching lines to remember where your black lines go. I got quiet. Can you tell I'm concentrating? What do I do with leftover paint? I just let it dry up in the egg carton. I probably shouldn't. I should probably be more paint conscientious, but I just don't. When I squirt paint out, I usually don't squirt just a whole lot though. I try to go kind of conservative with it, so I don't feel like I waste a ton of paint. But there are people who use like the little reusable ice trays, and they make some now that have lids, and they have like the little silicone things that you can squeeze and pop the little ice cubes out, and you can let your paint dry in those, and then you can squeeze the bottom and the paint pops out of the little silicone mold. So you feel like you never get the great coverage on your door hangers. You just gotta keep putting it on. This is a round tip. I was gonna tell you what number, but the number's gone. I'm gonna guess that it's probably a size 4. Yeah, and the brand of paint makes a difference too. I don't like this round. I'm already like over that round tip brush. It's not flowing with me. We're not jiving. Let's try this one. Well, this one's a size 6. Charlie has been in my brushes, and so I can't find half of what I need most of the time lately. Let's try this one. This one's a size 4. That other one was kind of like leaving scratchy bristle strokes, and I don't like that. Stephanie said, I would love to go to a paint party if anyone does one near me in Tell City, Indiana. I don't know of anybody doing paint parties up in Indiana, but Stephanie, you could probably teach a paint party. It's not nearly as hard as you think. Oh, I forgot to do the little crossbar on my window over here. It's so calm watching people paint. It's so calming painting. I enjoy the painting more than I enjoy watching others paint, but that's just me. You certainly don't have to do all of this thick black outlining. I always like a little bit of black on every door hanger that I do. I think it helps brighten the colors up. But I wanted this one to kind of look like elementary school clip art or something. You know, I wanted it to be just a little bit different than some of my other door hangers. So I'm doing the black outlining a little thicker than I probably normally would. Okay, gotta add some on our tree. This is what we have so far. How cute. Oh, I forgot to do any on my apple too. Tamara Bennett and Life Changer. Oh, thank you, Latoya. You are so sweet. Latoya is a Painters Clubhouse member. And she is so generous and kind, and she gives away so many of her door hangers that she makes. She's just awesome. We're so grateful to have her in the Clubhouse. I think I want to do a couple of little humps in the tree. Okay, we still got to add white accents, but look how cute that is. It's turning out so cute. It's all coming together, isn't it, Katrina? I told you guys, like, first you start out and you paint like all the background colors and it kind of feels like, oh, this is a mess. But once you add all the black and the white accents, it really brings the whole thing together. And then at the end, you're like, oh my goodness, I really do like it. So let me get, I'm probably going to use this same brush I was just using. Maybe, I don't know. Let me rinse it out and see. Sometimes with the white accents, I go with like a slightly, yeah, I want to go with a slightly smaller brush than I did with the black. So let's see. What I've got a whole bunch to choose from over here. So it's like, I'm trying to narrow it down, not to mention I said Charlie has packed off some of my brushes. They're here, there, and everywhere. I've got to organize again. That might work. Okay. Okay, just gonna get some white, do a little accent like on the apples. It's all in the details. I just realized y'all can't see what I was working on. Do like a little bit on the roof there and on the wing. All of this just kind of makes the door hanger just come alive. Reminds you of the Dr. Seuss house. Have you ever considered Cat in the Hat? I did a Cat in the hat door hanger one time. It's been a while. I did it, I think I did it as, I did one a long time ago as like a teacher door hanger. And then I did another one as like a baby door hanger for like a nursery one time, I think. I don't know. Add some accents on the trees here. Okay, let me give it a look over real quick. I always like to kind of like look over it and think, okay, like is there anywhere that doesn't look like it has light bouncing off of it? Oh, and I see right here I missed some of my outlining with my black. I like for it to look like the light is just bouncing off of it. Okay, the only other thing that we might do is you can add like a word in above the door. So I may do like the word school, and it's always best to kind of like write it out in pencil first if you're not sure. Because I want to write it in cursive. And anytime I do that, I'm like, maybe I should write it out in pencil first. You want to get the template for the truck with the attachments so you can make it. Yes, it's in my shop. You can just click on the blue shop now button at the top of my Facebook page and go over there, and you can do a search for truck with attachments or something. Hopefully y'all can read backwards because I can't flip the camera to show you guys this lettering. Anytime I'm doing cursive lettering, I like to use a round tip brush. It works better if it's kind of like a newer round tip brush. Some of my older ones are in such rough shape that sometimes it doesn't turn out quite as lovely as I would like. Okay, see? The word school. I know it's kind of hard to read backwards, but S-C-H-O-O-L. I did spell it right. Doorknob, yes. I thought of that earlier, and then I got distracted and forgot to actually put it on there. We need a tiny doorknob for the schoolhouse. There we go. What kind of wood do I use? If I'm using a jigsaw to cut my own wood, which I still do from time to time, I use 1/4" Revolution plywood from Lowe's. If I'm having mine laser cut like this, I use MDF. Not sure which brush to do the lettering. That was a round tip size, what was that? Size 1. So it's a pretty skinny round tip brush. Thank you, Erica. What are the best brand brushes for a newbie? Go to my shop and there are lots of great brushes to choose from. I say start with, I don't know, you kind of need just a mixture of all the different kinds really, but for lettering and fine details, round tip brushes. For covering lots of background areas, I recommend flat tip brushes. For like chunky lettering, kind of like what I did on the truck that I showed you guys earlier, filbert tip brushes. For shading and getting in tight places, angle brushes are great. So can you show us the tip of that brush? Sure. Let me rinse it off here. Can you guys see that? It's real small and pointed. Thank you, Trina. Why do I use a different wood type with the jigsaw? I actually prefer the 1/4" MDF, but Miranda, it is very hard to find around here. The guy who does my laser cutting gets it shipped in by the freight load. So he buys a huge, like 95 sheets at a time, and so you can't get that locally around here. If I could, I would be jigsaw cutting that. I actually prefer it because it cuts like butter, but I can't buy it in sheets, so I always buy the Revolution plywood. Do you have any pencil templates? Yes, we do. We have, I think, at least 2 of them over in the shop. Just click on the Shop Now button at the top of the page at southern-adoornmentsdecor.com and go check it out there. Okay, so a few things to remind you of. The Painters Clubhouse opens September 24th. You can get on the wait list at paintersclubhouse.com. We teach you how to paint door hangers, how to do lettering and techniques and bow making, all of those kind of things, and we walk you through the steps. If you are wanting to shop, go to southern-adoornmentsdecor.com. If you're wanting to get in the giveaway that we are doing for the truck blanks that I showed you guys earlier, there's a link at the top of the page, or you can comment the word link and it will send you all the links to the things you need to your Facebook Messenger, including the link to get the template and the blank for this shape here. And if you share this video, we're going to be giving away one of the blanks of these. Is there a certain type of new template a new painter should try first? I recommend something simple, like a pumpkin or a mason jar. Don't try anything too hard with a bunch of details. Just try to pick something that feels kind of basic to you that's doable. Beth says Painters Clubhouse is so informative and fun. Thank you so much. Trina says canceling my FabFitFun and joining Painters Clubhouse in the fall. Priorities. That's right, Trina. You're probably not making any money off FabFitFun, but you can make door hangers and make money off of that. My husband has always said, oh, sunflower. That's a great suggestion, Erica. Sunflowers are a good beginner project. And as Christmas draws near, I feel like snowmans are pretty easy too. My husband has always said, well, you know, she has a craft room and I have a man cave, but I haven't ever made any money in my man cave. Tamara makes money in her craft room all the time. So crafting is a great way to make a little extra cash. You absolutely enjoyed watching me paint. Thank you, Margie. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll be back on Friday morning at 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for my Friday Fab 5, where I share 5 of my current favorite things that I'm obsessing about this week with you guys. And then next Tuesday, I'll probably be back painting again. But every Friday, we have 5 new template designs and blanks that release on our website. And the templates are half price every weekend from Friday to Sunday. So if you're not on our email list, you need to be. That way you can be getting first dibs at going and grabbing those. Absolutely adorable. Thank you, Tracy. So thanks for joining me while we painted this cute little schoolhouse door hanger. If you want to get a painted version of it, I've got the link. I posted it here in the comments, but you can also comment the word link to get it sent to you. I'll see you guys again later. Y'all have a great night.